Oh, shit. Thank you. I got the Heineken can, party favor edition. Jesus Christ, I gotta get napkins out here. Oh, stand in a puddle of beer while we conduct the show. That's fine. That's fine. I ate 2 donuts today. Okay? When you hit 46 years old, there's no reason. No, actually, there's a really good reason to eat 2 donuts. Because it's the only fucking enjoyment I had today. The donut, what am I going to tell you? It was a glazed donut with strawberry filling, that pink icing they put on top, and sprinkles. I'm telling you, right? Then I ate it. You ever eat a donut? It's like after you eat it, it's like downshifting into first gear. It's like, I want to do nothing. Absolutely not. It's the worst feeling in the world. It's like eating the donut, greatest feeling in the world. Then 10 minutes after, it's just like, it's like walking through molasses, waist high. And then people run up to you, tell you stuff to do. You're at work, your boss runs up to you, tells you what to do. You're just like, I don't know, fuck off. Honestly, leave me alone. That's what I'm talking about, guys. You got problems? You eating donuts? You got problems. You know how people get that flap under their neck when they get older? This flap, those are donuts. So that's what you got to look forward to. I got to get back to the gym. I don't want to do it. I got it. Listen, this is not about me. It's about you. Let's get into it, guys. Here we go. Dearest Bithead, I'm a 28-year-old guy. Let me tell you something right now. This can of beer tastes like shit. If I'm going to be honest. Just for your personal information, I don't know why. I guess next to donuts. I'm a 28-year-old guy. I like talking to the younger people. Okay? Because I feel like I have something to offer a 28-year-old person. I think about when I was 28, how lost I was. Like, completely lost. Still lost. But back then, no hope lost. I'm a 28-year-old guy still living at home. Yeah, of course. Unless you can afford a $750,000 home. At 28. Sorry, I don't know any 28-year-olds with $1 million in the bank. I completed my master's during this time. So what are you, like $250,000 in the hole right now? And I've landed a job in my career. It was a long road, and I'm glad to finally be able to be able to put my degree to work. With that said, I already know where this is going. I hate doing what I'm doing, and I feel like I went in the wrong direction. I am in the process of wanting to move out. Thing is, my student loans are fucking me tender, which is making me hesitate to leave. My parents are super supportive at home, too, which makes it more difficult. But I really want independence from them. Living at home has made finding the value of things a bit more challenging because of their generous support. Well, you're a very smart young man. I pay them monthly bills to help out, too, for what it's worth. Also, I'd like to enjoy the end of my 20s on my own, too. So when did you get your bachelor pad? Hearing stories about your years and favorites. Anyway, my question is, okay, when did I get my bachelor pad before we get into that? I lived with a few girls. I lived with a girl in Patchogue. I lived with a girl in Deer Park. I lived in Patchogue for 2 years. Then I lived in Deer Park for 4 years. Then I had my bachelor pad after that. So I don't remember how old I was. And I was in my bachelor pad for 5 years. 5 of the greatest years of my life. 5 of the most wonderful. I was driving a BMW. You do the math. Listen, I had one bachelor pad. Okay. Other than that, I've always lived with women. But oh my god, the bachelor pad. I remember coming home and taking a fucking nap. I would take these egregious naps. What, are you kidding me? You never felt better in your life. And I always had something to do. I was going out over here, barbecue over there, hanging out with friends over here. I mean, taking a drive over there, going out to eat over here. Life was action-packed. Money out the wazoo. You don't even know. Anyhow. Anyway, my question is, should I stay at home? Does this sound like a guy that would recommend you stay home for a couple more years and bang out student loans? Or should I go on my own, continue to let the loans fuck me tender? You know, this is the thing. It's nice to stay home with mommy and daddy. You understand? You take a shower, your mother comes in and washes your balls, this type of thing. You know how moms are. They make you little breakfast toasties, you know, cinnamon toast. Here you go. You're like, oh, ma, thanks, you know? And, you know, and bills, you don't have any fucking bills, right? Your parents, you know, whatever they're charging you, it's next to nothing anyhow, you know? It's beautiful. It's beautiful living at home. But you got to get out of there. You can't fuck. Okay? Let's get down to brass tacks. You're not going to be fucking a girl with any kind of authority next to your parents' bedroom. I'm sorry. I hate to tell you that right now. And you don't want it. The last thing you want to be doing is sneaking around girls in your parents' house trying to fuck them. It's demasculating. And that's the most important thing to know. It drops your testosterone levels. You don't feel like a real man. You got to move out. Do it for your parents. Okay? Don't be upset when you leave the house and you're like, wait a second, I forgot my keys, and you walk back in and there's confetti all over the floor. Okay, because it's just as superb for your parents. They're like, he's out. He's like, and you come in and the next thing your room is converted as a sex swing hanging from the ceiling. You're like, geez, mom and dad. I mean, can you let my fucking, you know? Can you give me a chance to walk down the driveway before you install a glass dildo cabinet on the wall? I mean, this is the bottom line. What do you think your parents are doing? They turn your room into a fuck room. That's it. Trust me, the kids move out, parents start fucking. That's the hard reality. You're going to start fucking in your new bachelor pad. Your parents are going to be fucking. Everybody's happy. You know? You go home, you say, your mother's like, how did you like your new place? You're like, great, Ma, I shot 5 loads this morning. And she's like, what a coincidence. So did your father. So get out of your house. Pay your loans. Do you even have to do that anymore? I mean, what the fuck is going on these days? Are you still paying loans? I mean, you got to get out from under that bullshit. I'm telling you right now. I'm not sending my son to college. What, are you kidding me? Pay all this money to send him in there and he comes out like an asshole? No way. No fucking way. Get a hammer. Figure out how to swing a hammer, kid. Learn how to weld. I don't know. Do something with your life. Every successful person I know anyway never went to college. So there you have it. Move out. All right, get the fuck out of here. 28-year-old guy with problems. Jesse, what's up, brother? Hope you and the family are doing well, especially with these fucking egg prices. What kind of hell are you living in that you're bringing up egg prices? Oh my, but it's true. Listen, what people don't believe me. When I go shopping, I don't look at a price. I go there to get what I need. I throw it in the wagon. I don't look at the receipt. They could be ripping me off to no end. I don't look at prices. I go to a gas station. I don't look at a price. Don't look at prices. Trust me, you'll get yourself stressed out. It's not like I'm living large either. I got no money. I don't look at I don't look at my the checks I get from my job. It goes into direct deposit. I don't even look at it. I don't want to get depressed. That's all. All right, whatever little things shake through YouTube and Patreon, you know, no disrespect to the Patreons, but it's not, you know, not exactly fucking Jeff Bezos over here. But I don't look at prices because you just get stressed out. You know, my friend, my friend's father used to drive across Long Island to go to a gas station to get gas like 3 cents cheaper. It's like, what is he, fucking nuts? Your father's a moron. That's the bottom line. I'm sorry. I never would. I wouldn't even drive to the next gas station over to get 3 cents off on a gallon of gas. Whoop-de-doo. What does it break down to at the end of the day? $1? Anyhow. So obviously you've been talking video games for 10 years, and I've been watching your show, but do you ever play or remember playing pinball? I play pinball every weekend. I go with my son. We go down here to Bayshore Mall, and we play pinball. He's been playing Iron Maiden pinball machines. He likes Iron Maiden now, because I listen to Iron Maiden. He wants to get the Trooper poster on the wall, and I'm like, do I support it? I'm like, I don't want you to like Iron Maiden because I like it. You know? But he likes it. So what am I going to do? Am I going to argue with him? So he plays Iron Maiden pinball. I play Lord of the Rings pinball machine. I like that one. They had Rush pinball. I was playing a little Rush pinball. That was fun. Guardians of the Galaxy pinball. My favorite pinball machine of all time? I don't know. I got on a roll with that Lord of the Rings pinball machine. That was fun. I don't know. Pinball, I have to own the pinball machine. Do you understand? To understand how the game works and plays. Because, you know, when you're around a bunch of pinball machines, there's so much noise. They're yelling at you, you know, get the ball in the Stargate or something like that. And you're like, wow, what? What's this? Because I know there's rules to pinball and whatnot. I love pinball. It's fun. But it's a game of chance. If the ball... Listen to me. If the ball didn't drain down the side, like the cocksucking machine that it is, you know how it has the 2 side drains? It's like, this is not a game of skill anymore. It's not a game of skill. It turns into a game of chance. How do you stop it from going in there without tilting? And then every time if I do tilt the machine, I have an anxiety attack that the machine's going to shut down. So I'm like, I'm getting stressed out over here. I don't need it. Or I hate ramps. When you come down off a ramp and it shoots it right down the middle. I've played pinball machines where it was almost unplayable because it would come down the ramp and drain the ball. No matter what you do. Listen, as long as you have a gap between those 2 flippers that's larger than the ball, we're dealing with a game of chance here. Because at any given moment, that ball could come down and I have absolutely no control over it, other than tilting the machine. And I get anxiety about tilting the machine, like the owner's going to come running out. Hey, what are you doing to our machine? I'm like, nothing. I'm just slamming your $10,000 pinball machine around. I've seen guys work the tilt. You got to be aggressive with it. So that's it. There's no such thing as entry-level pinball for anybody at home. Okay, these machines, I looked them up. The Iron Maiden machines, it's a minimum. The Led Zeppelin one, I saw that one too. From Stern, it's a minimum like 10 grand. And then they have like a limited edition, and then that, which gets even more expensive, and then they have a premium edition. They won't even tell you the price. So that's basically like you call them up, they reach through the phone, they grab the wallet out of your pocket, and you never see it again. It's probably like 12 to 15 grand. The Beatles pinball machine, forget about it. Forget about it. I don't know. Listen, I had a guy at work. He had a pinball machine. He offered to sell it to me, and I know he would have gave me the killer of killerest deals. Number one, where am I going to put it? Number two, pinball. When you bring it into your house, you play it about 5 times, and then you never use it again. I can't speak. This is how I am. Okay, and I think the majority of people. It's one of those things that just sits there. And because I see people with pinball machines, and it just sits there. What I wouldn't mind doing, and I always wanted to do, is build one of those, with the flat screen. So you can and have the flipper buttons on the side. And then you could use all the tables on it. They're pretty amazing now. 4K TVs, they look amazing. So that's pretty cool. Anyhow. Here we go. If I see your emulator box has pinball, but not sure what it uses. There is a pin name, etc. But there are actually some good. I have a bunch of pinball compilations for the PS4 too. Never play them. I played them a couple times, but I don't know. It's not the same. I work on and fix up real machines, but the prices, like everything, have gone insane. I'm sure you have the aptitude to do this. They are like cars in a way, but you can use them and work on them whenever you want. It's just about having the space. I have absolutely no space for anything. This is one of the big dilemmas in my life. I don't have a space to work on cars. I don't have a space for anything cool. I think about the past 12 years that I've done of garage sailing and the amount of amazing stuff that I've found. And I've had to sell it because I couldn't keep it. I'd have a man cave to this day that would be the likes you've never seen before. I need a man cave. I need a garage. These are the two things that every man should have in his life. 2-car garage, 3-car garage, 4-car garage, I don't care, and a man cave. And then we'll talk pinball machines. Until then, I'm playing pocket pinball. What am I going to tell you? I barely have room to do that. Anyway, not sure if you gave a shit, but Stern released the Iron Maiden pinball. Yeah. All right. You're fucking out of here. Thank you. This beer's not doing it, guys. This thing sucks. I got another one. I got a backup. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Eddie. Here we go. Jesse, I'm looking for some career advices. You came to the right place. You seem like you are quite content just working a job. No, I'm not. And going home. No, I'm not. None of that people manager bullshit. Just do a good job and be done with it. I'm getting lots of pressure to push for leadership management role for a career progression. I don't think that's the only path one needs to take, but I need your advice here. I would never, ever advise anybody to get into any type of managerial role. All right? Unless you want to be the most hated guy in the room. And some people are cool with that. I noticed that all the assholes gravitate towards management. And it's true. If you look at managers, they're assholes. Now, I've had a few good ones, okay? But usually those people are so good that they don't even deserve management. They deserve to be doing something more spectacular with their lives. So usually when you go to a place and it's like, I don't know, like a wholesale place, like a club or something like that, you get jam-packed full of asshole managers. That's right. I've had managers, the biggest assholes you could ever imagine. I had a manager that would thrive on making you do things that you didn't want to do. So I used to use reverse psychology on him. Yeah. He'd feel me out and be like, hey, how do you feel about doing this? And knowing him, I'd be like, if it was something I wanted to do, I'd say, oh, no, I don't want to do that. He goes, all right, then do that. Or if he would say, how would you feel about doing this? I'd say, oh, yeah, I'll do that. He goes, oh, you know what, on second hand. And he'd try to find something that I didn't want to do. This is the kind of asshole we're dealing with here. Now, I don't know how you are. You might not be an asshole. But you got to understand something about management. The relationship between a manager and an employee. A manager is there designed to try to get the most out of their employees, and employees are there to try to do absolutely nothing possible. It's the truth. It's the truth. You're there to try to. So you're there trying to motivate miserable people, and it also depends on the type of job and the type of money people are making. You know, I don't know what this where this man. It would have been nice if you would have told me. Like, is this Target? You know. Or is this, Raytheon? What are we talking about here? And every manager I ever met turns into a miserable. I don't think I ever met a happy one. Their lives are all fucked up outside of work. You know, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Management? Let me tell you something right now. I hate the idea of teamwork. Okay? Teamwork to me was always a ruse. I'm not interested in teamwork. I don't want to work with other people, because when you work with other people, you work with stupid people and idiots and people that don't pull their own weight. And you deal with slobs and dirtbags and drug addicts. I want to do my own thing. My whole life, I just wanted to do my own thing. And try to be excellent at it and be the best at it. You know, that's why welding always intrigued me. Like, I could become a welder, and I don't got to hear dick from anybody if I'm the best welder out there. I come in with my welder, stack of dimes. You don't even have to do the sonic check. You could just look at it. It looks like a fucking bicycle frame. Okay, now get the fuck out of here. I can swing my dick around. I'm the fucking best welder in here. Always wanted to be a framer on a house. And be the best motherfucking framer. That was my dream, to be a framer on a house. But yeah, I mean, you know, a white guy framing a house these days? Yeah, okay. It's a fucking... You know, if you're not going to find a white guy in house construction anymore. It's all Spanish guys that'll work, you know, without, you know, going up to the top of a 40-foot ladder with 2 pieces of plywood and a 12-foot sheet of sheetrock in their hand. That's it. You can't compete with that. You can't compete with that. But I always wanted to be a framer. I thought I'd be a fucking kick-ass framer. I don't know why. And then become the best framer out there. Like, every crew wants me because I'm the best framer out there. I'm the best, I'm the fastest, I'm the most accurate. I get the fucking job done. You know, and do your dance out there with your fucking air gun. Badoosh, badoosh, badoosh. Circular saw hanging off the waist. T-square. You basically get up there with a pencil, a T-square, and an air gun, and a circular saw. And you turn yourself into like a framing samurai. That's all. And I don't want to hear dick from anybody. The boss comes around and yells at me. I start shooting nails at him. Fuck you. I'm out of here. I go to the next crew. That masters something. Never mind managing somebody. You can't manage people. You understand? This is like an act of futility. Managing people. Manage yourself. Mastery. Mastery of something. A skill. That's what I was always impressed with. Get the fuck out of here, buddy. This is top-notch advice, by the way. There we go. This might be my 5th time. Long-time fan, long-time Patreon supporter here. Thank you. You shouted my name out in a question back before you stopped doing that. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Sorry, James. No, I'm just kidding. Here's the question. I started seeing this woman. She's awesome. She's actually a fucking lawyer, so it makes me nervous. She says she loves video games, so what should I put on when she comes over for the first time? I'm nervous about playing a competitive game. What? This sounds like a smart Brad you got here. She's a lawyer. She likes video games. She sounds like a good catch, especially if she's hot. Oh my God. You're gonna play a competitive video game? Listen to me right now. You got a Neo Geo? Of course not. Nobody does. You got a Neo Geo emulator? You play Turf Masters. Neo Turf Masters. Oh, it's golf, baby. It's the best golf game. You play it 2 players. It's fantastically fun. That and Windjammers. You want a good competitive game? Windjammers. It's Pong on steroids. I mean, Neo Geo has great 2-player competitive games. Windjammers, and how about some Bubble Bobble? Not Bubble Bobble, Bubble Puzzle. Bubble Puzzle's fantastic. Listen, stick with the classics, bro. Throw on some Tetris and then lay down the law. That's it. Competitive Tetris, you never had so much fun in your life. Especially when you can stack on each side, like you do well and then you throw your stack on her side. Oh my God, fantastic. Tetris. Keep it simple. Keep it simple. And then fucking bang her afterwards. And if you need a good pickup line, you say, hey, you lean into it. You say, hey, you like hamburgers? And she goes, yeah. You go, me too. You want to fuck? Listen, that's cool. You want to play video games with a chick? Listen, a chick wants to play video games with you. You know what a home run this is? And she's a lawyer? Let her beat you. Let her beat you and let her beat you off. Oh! All right. Listen, you're out of here, buddy. You're going to have a good time. That's all I'm going to say. Here we go. So I just got this new GoPro 10 from my YouTube channel, and I was wondering, should I transfer the SD card and move the video, or should I use the cloud? Also, fuck you and your new hobby horse. No, just kidding. Keep it greasy. Guy, you're asking me tech questions? I'm the last person on planet Earth that you should be asking tech questions to. That's it. That's the end. End of advices. Moving along. Okay, Yessie. I took your advice and ditched the friends with benefits offer I had. Great advices as usual. Anyway, I was down in the Dominican Republic looking for my own Miss Bithead 1000 and ended up hooking up with this chick at the resort. She was cute and all, but once the pants came off, she looked like she hadn't shaved since the Bush administration. All right, so what's the problem? Listen, I like a hairy Brad. I'm going to explain something to you right now. I like reality. Okay? I don't like makeup all over the face. I don't like when the chicks tease their hair out to the moon. Okay? You know what I like? I like a chick with hairy arms. Sometimes I see a chick with hairy arms at a bar. And I just want to go up and say to him, I couldn't help but notice your gorilla-like arms. And I want to ask you, that puss has got to be like a Kodiak bear. I mean, I'm talking about happy trail from the belly button down to the con. Are we on the same page? This is what I'm all about. There's nothing better than the hairiest pussy you can imagine. Okay? A mess. We're talking asshole hairs, bring it on. It's wild animal type of stuff. What, you don't think I grow it out down here? I take these pants off, okay? And I gotta tell you, it's like Howdy Doody and Ron Howard got into a bus crash. It's wild, man. It's wild. Come on. I don't like chicks shaving these days. Waxing, any of that shit. I don't care if you come out with a crooked V and everything. Everything's all fucked up and looking down there. Fantastic. Fantastic. This is an adventure now. This is not regular fucking, all right? This is something you can write about in a book. What is your problem? Okay? To make matters worse, she tasted like a 9-volt battery down there. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. You might listen. Sometimes it's like chewing on pennies. You gotta power through it. You understand? It was so off-putting I couldn't even get hard. I did the gentleman thing by grinding through and finishing her off with my mouth a few times while letting the alcohol take the blame for the soft member. Did I do the right thing? Or was there some way to get out of it before I was in that deep? But no, you didn't do the right thing. You gotta be honest with her. You gotta be honest with her or you lose and you look like the banana head. Am I here to tell you? You say, listen, this thing stinks. It's dirty. I gotta be honest with you. I can't get hard here. Take it to the lobby. All right? You gotta get out of here. That's the bottom line. What am I gonna tell you? To me, that probably wouldn't have bothered me that much. Listen, there's something about 9-volt battery, that's understandable. But did it stink? I don't know. It didn't work out, guy. Okay? That's the bottom line. Do I gotta sit here and tell you that? It didn't work out. Sometimes that's gonna happen. That's not the girl for you. I think we basically came to that conclusion. So what's the problem? It's over with. You never see her again. Especially you're at a resort. You know? Maybe you see her at the breakfast buffet the next morning, and then you just do one of these. As you're walking, you see her, you go, you just look the other way. End of story. Next thing you know, you're poolside, you ham it again. You try it. That's not the girl for you. You're not into that. You're not into that. Get the fuck out of here. What am I even telling you that you don't already know? Come on. Can you believe that's advices you gotta give? This job is not... It's harder than you think. Jesse, ever since my Canadian government has started to try to ban all firearms, oh my God, don't even get me started. Poor Canada. Poor Canada. Like, I know my Canadian brothers and sisters out there. This guy gets on TV with this smug, like, attitude. Like, this Justin Trudeau guy, you know who he reminds me of? Anakin Skywalker from the second piece of shit movie. What was it? Episode 2? I don't know. What was the second? The one that came out in the 90s. The real piece of shit one where he falls in love with the girl and they're trying to fuck in the field and there's like a clearly computer animated fucking rhinoceros jumping around. Like, turn this shit off. This guy's got the personality of a cinder block. And Justin Trudeau comes on, from now on in Canada, you will no longer be able to buy, transfer, purchase a handgun, this type, with such like an air of arrogance about him. This guy, you can tell he's got the hands of a priest. Okay? Counting money all his life. I feel like Quint. If I ever saw Justin Trudeau, I'd grab him by the hands. Come here. Tie me a sheep shank. And he'd be like, I don't need this working class bullshit. Come here. Look at those hands. Been counting money all your life. That's right. Now have some of this apricot brandy. What kind of man are you? That's what Justin Trudeau needs. Apricot brandy. My God. They'll take your guns. Of course they'll take your guns. Let me ask yourself this, Canada. Why do you think in the Ukraine, when war broke out over there, they started handing out guns to all the citizens? Here, take guns, everybody, arm up, arm up. There's a reason for that. United States of America has the largest standing army they are. The people of the country. There's a gun behind every blade of grass around here. That's right. That means when the shit hits the fan, the people rise up. Never mind these scumbags in Washington, all right, that sold us up a river. Okay? Never mind these Chinese. They can come flying in here right now. I'm ready to roll, baby. I'll be on the roof with the K98 Mauser. Let's rock and roll. Every American has that attitude. We're fucking pissed, man. You want to fuck with America right now? Let's go. Well, trust me, I'd rather do that than go to my fucking job. I'm waiting for China or Russia or both of them to start storming the beaches over here. You kidding me? I'd go right down to Robert Moses. I'd blow into a seashell and the fucking bluefish would come out of the water and start attacking. The bottom line is, of course he wants to strip the guns away from everybody because it takes away their power. Right? It takes away their power. And the kind of government they're running in Canada, they want to strip people of their power. They want the people to be dependent on the government. That way the government can be the almighty and powerful. Like having a king. Having a king. That's why, what were we talking about? Okay. Firearms. I went out and completed a firearms safety course for firearms and requirement to get a license to buy firearms in Canada. I even went out and bought a gun safe and mostly just wanted to do target shooting. Yeah, of course. It's beyond fun. Target shooting is beyond fun. Maybe in the future, I'll get a black badge and do shooting competitions, for fun. What kind of gun would you recommend starting out with? Listen, I'm not a handgun guy. Well, you can't get them in Canada anymore, right? Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. These are the guns that you need. You need all the greats, okay? You need a K98 Mauser. That goes without saying. That way you can pay $2 a round for ammunition. God knows what it is in Canada. You got to have a K98 Mauser. You got to have... it's nice to have a Mosin Nagant. You want a Russian Mosin Nagant? I like the M44. The short one. The carbine. Oh, the M44, big muzzle flash, loudest gun at the range. You want to be a real man? You pull out the M44, kicks like a mule. After about 10 shots, you can barely move the bolt for some reason. I don't know what it is. The tolerances with that thing. Everybody that I see with a Mosin Nagant, bang, 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 bang on the bolt. Everybody I see, I think it heats up, and then the thing it gets, I don't know, jammed up. Tolerances, I don't know, too tight. You gotta have. I don't care how much it costs. You gotta have a fucking jeez, what the hell is it? Ping with the ping clip. Most famous gun of World War II, right? The American semi-automatic 30-06, right? Why does it escape me? Oh, an M1. I'm sorry. I don't even know why I'm getting old and I can't remember anything more. An M1 Garand. M1 Garand, a Springfield. Listen, you need, oh my God, now I can't remember the English gun. The MK, what is it? The Lee Enfield, right? The Mad Minute. The Lee Enfield, what was it? Didn't it cock on it cocked on the pull or on the push? I don't know. But you could do the Mad Minute with the Lee Enfield. What if somebody could get like 32 shots off with a Lee Enfield in a minute or something like that? Something crazy like that. I love World War II rifles. That's all I need. That's all AR-15. Could care less. I like an SKS. How about that? You want a Russian gun? I don't need an AK-47. I need an SKS. Chrome barrel SKS. Beautiful. Beautiful. All those World War II rifles. Schmidt Rubin, my partner at work's got a beautiful Schmidt Rubin. It's got that pull. It's got that what are they called? The fucking straight pull, fucking bolt action. It rolls, it has like a tumbling block in there, straight pull. Beautiful gun. Beautiful gun. But the K98 Mauser, I'm just in awe of it. I have one from 1939, I think it is. It's World War II K98 Mauser. And it's so beautifully made. You know, walnut stock, and you just sit there and you look at this thing that was made in 1939. You say, really? It's machined to perfection. It's a Cadillac. When I fire it, it's a Cadillac. That's it. And you got to have a 22 to plink with. If you're going down to a gun range, you got to have a 22. You shoot the big boys, and then you shoot a 22. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. 22s are a lot of fun to shoot. They have that nice flat trajectory too, right? High-speed bullet. You can get them super accurate. I like a 22 bolt action. I know it's a pain in the ass. I like a single fire bolt action. I like to put in one bullet at a time. Make every shot count. I don't like semi-auto 22s. Because then you just sit there, ping, 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 ping. And it doesn't mean anything to me. And plus, I'm cheap with ammunition. So I'll sit there and I'll put one in at a time. Tick, 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 tick. Tick, 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 tick. Yeah, man. Shooting's fun. Handgun, I do revolvers. I like revolvers. Okay, you gotta have a 1911, right? They're awesome. You know, they're just beautiful guns. I'd have one of those. I'd have the Dirty Harry 44 Magnum. Come on, people. Give me a fucking break. If I could carry, I'd carry two of those. It would be obnoxious. We're talking barrels down to my knees. I'm like one of those Mexican guys. You ever see those Mexican cowboys? They sing on stage and they got to carry the gun. They got the gun on the hip. I'm down. The big sombrero out to here. The two guns. Singing romantic songs. That's a real man. That's a real man. I have 44 Magnums. What am I going to tell you? What am I going to tell you? I don't need anything fancy. You know what I mean? I don't need a Saginaw this and the bullpup that. I'm American, Jack. All right? Give me an M1 Garand. Call it a day. That'll be the first purchase I made. Even though I don't have one. Anyway, you buy all these guns, and then I used to love, never mind the shooting, I used to love taking them apart and cleaning them. That was my passion. I'm like, okay, we're shooting, this is great. But then I wanted to get the guns home, and I wanted to clean them, oil them, take care of them, and then put them back in their case. That was my whole thing. But when you get to, this is what I would recommend to you. This is going to be wonderful advices. Get one rifle that you're in love with, a high-powered rifle that you're in love with, and get a 22. Okay? You start getting all these guns, and then you have to... It's very important that you know how to... You know the gun in and out. Not just the safety part, but taking it apart. You know all the parts. And you care for them and you maintain them. That's very important. But then... If you have so many guns, like I have... I have 5 or 6 guns, right? Right now, I couldn't tell you how to take apart half of them because I haven't fired them in so long. So I don't like that. So now if I was going to go out and fire, I would have to refresh myself on everything before I go out shooting. That way, when I take them back home, I can care for them properly. So things kind of get hazy. And then when you go to the gun range, you're maintaining all these guns, and you have all these guns out, and you have to keep track of ammunitions. And you have to have a stock of all the ammunition. Sometimes I wish I just went out to the range with my K98 Mauser and my 22. The sport can be very simple. We like to collect. You probably watch a show, you're a video game guy, and you're in the habit of collecting. And you can get in the habit of collecting all these guns, and you just make a mess out of the hobby. I wouldn't mind just getting intimate with one gun, or bringing out one gun at a time and going down and shooting. Like I said, one high power rifle, 122, and call it a day. That's it. You don't have to make it complicated. Don't make it complicated. You take the fun out of it. And that's all. Just like that, you're fucking out of here. Unless you had something else to say. Hold on. Oh, good luck in Canada, by the way. Handguns are now completely banned unless you... Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Oh, Jesus Christ. We're 50 minutes in. Guys, this is the Advices program. This is the email address. Okay? Right in. We're going to solve all your problems. Look at what we've done already. Just like that. Patreons, I love hanging out with you guys, and we'll see you next time.